All right, fly that picture as though you're gonna win $10 million if your altitude doesn't change.
Okay.
The top of the orange ball is just touching the white line, right?
Okay.
Don't let that go up or down.
Okay.
Good, like that.
In this video, I'm going to show you some practical tips on how to instantly perfect your altitude control while flying on instruments. If you're an instrument instructor, don't forget this one. It's all about sight picture. We're going to learn how to hold things up next to the attitude indicator and without even using the altimeter, hold our altitude to ATP tolerances. So what you're seeing me do here with Christoph is something that I do with all my early instrument students. And the objective here is to get him to connect the idea that whether or not it's visual flying or instrument flying or steam gauges or a glass panel, none of it matters. It's all about pitch plus power equals performance, right? So when we're flying visually, we've got this beautiful windscreen, and you'll notice here in this video that I'm doing it without a hood, right? That's intentional. I want him to kind of connect the idea, to see the outside sight picture, but also see the attitude indicator. Because in visual flying, we got this beautiful windscreen, we set a power setting, and then we come into the airplane about 10% of the time to just kind of verify that we're getting the performance that we want from the pitch and power settings. And it's no different on instruments, right? We just now have to take that big windshield and shrink it down into this tiny little instrument that's very difficult to use. It's maybe 1.5 inches across. And small changes on the attitude indicator are big changes in the window, right? So we have to learn how to aim small. Is that little orange ball even just a needle's width above the horizon in the background? And if it is, can we hold it there? Can we detect changes? And that's the secret. Set a pitch, set a power, and in this case, develop an effective visual scan pattern that tells you if you're getting the performance you want from that pitch and power setting. It works for everybody. Everybody holds altitude better when I cover the altimeter and tell them to hold on to that sight picture like their life depends on it. In this case, Christoph's altitude was kind of all over the place until we did that. As you see in this video, he's holding altitude to ATP standards almost instantly. So let's see how this works.
All right, I want you to focus on the attitude indicator a little bit for a while.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find pitch level. Let me get you level. Okay. Hold on one second, I got the flight controls.
The controls?
I do. All right, do you see the picture that I'm creating?
Yes, on the outside or on the
No, on the attitude indicator.
Yes.
All right, fly that picture as though you're going to win $10 million if your altitude doesn't change.
Okay.
The top of the orange ball is just touching the white line, right?
Okay.
Don't let that go up or down.
Okay.
Good, like that. You can hold that exactly where you want it. Like a needle's width of orange on the white is a climb. The thing about taking your window and putting it into an instrument that small is that every little change has an amplified effect. Your altitude has not changed more than 10 feet.
Oh, good.
This has been perfect. Consider the amount of time you're looking at that thing, the level of attention you're bringing to staring at that. Unfortunately, in instrument flight, that level of attention never changes. It's just that you have to get better at multitasking.
Okay.
All right. All right, good. We're going to do a couple more things here. Keep looking at that. Give me a left turn. I'll tell you when to stop. Just give me a left turn. Yeah. Okay. And just start to consider the picture in a turn. The orange ball shouldn't move all that much. It should still touch the white line there. It shouldn't climb or descend. Good. Boy, if only every instrument pilot held their altitude like this, my job would be easy. The interesting thing is, if I gave you an altimeter, this would all go to hell.
Oh, I see.
Right? So just remember, just like visual flying, pitch plus power gives you performance. Just stop your turn here. There's no difference with instrument flying. It's just that the picture sucks. When you have this beautiful thing, Now you got that crappy little thing. See how that came up right there?
Yeah,
that was a big pitch up. That could result in maybe 100 feet, right?
Oh, okay.
That was a big pitch up. Good. It didn't. Your altitude, again, hasn't changed more than 40 feet this entire time. And you're still 20 feet off from where I gave it to you.
Okay.
Only 20 feet. You're holding your altitude to ATP tolerances right now.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
It is good. And you're not
but because I'm focused.
Because you're focused on the picture, not the altimeter. I can just show you 3,500. Boom. That's it.
Then, like, if I had like a VOR and like intercept this course and do this and think of the approach and what's next.
Yeah. So when people give me things to look at under IFR, when I did my ATP, I held it right here. If Jason asked me to do a climb checklist, I'm going power, picture, mixture, picture, instruments, picture, right? If I have to brief an approach plate, I recommend an iPad mini because I'll do it like this. I mean, the data is where the data is, and it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
So there you are, aviators. You can see that this tip is immediately effective. And if you're an instrument instructor, use this one in the early days of instrument training. With a hood or without a hood, it doesn't really matter. And if you're an instrument pilot, go check this out sometime. And if you're a VFR pilot watching this, just consider how important holding that sight picture really is. My thanks to Christoph for letting me publish his training to the internet, and my thanks to the sponsors for their support of this show. If you're interested in seeing longer, unedited, or minimally edited videos, please check out patreon.com/learntfp, and a huge thanks to all the patrons. Without your support, these videos would not be possible. If you're not already listening to the Finer Points podcast, please go check that out. We're publishing something every week here at the Finer Points, and all of it is available at learnthefinerpoints.com. Find me on Instagram, say hello, and until next time, be safe and fly your best.